Today, we are going to be talking about one of my favorite numbers in the soul contract system. And it's a favorite one because it's in my chart. And it is the number 8, the 8-8 frequency, or maybe it's the 17-8 that you have in your chart. Now, the reason I wanted to talk about it was because I think so many people have this energy running through their charts, and it's a really big one. All the numbers in the soul contract system are big. Maybe because I have it in my chart, I feel it very deeply. And I hope it is helpful. And if it's your first time here, welcome. My name is Antonia, and I love to help people understand themselves through knowing their soul contract and healing the deeper emotional patterns underneath by bringing them up to the surface so they can be released and you can live life with a little bit more grace and ease and calm. So the first thing I would say about the 8 energy, and it really depends, where you have it in your chart. I have it in my karma, my spiritual karma, which means that I feel it very, very deeply. It's a karmic energy. It's my biggest challenge. You may have it in your soul destiny, which is also a very strong place to have a number, or your talents or your goals, which are slightly less, but you can still feel it really deeply. The first thing I'd say about the 8s is that they are feelers. And what I love about each number in the soul contract system is like it's a seesaw. Each number is a seesaw, and it has the more positive aspects of the number and the more negative aspects. And we're always trying to move from the negative into the positive. And each number also has a really lovely variation of how people can feel the energy. So while the 8s can be deep feelers, they may also be very good at numbing their emotions and not being able to connect very deeply to how they really feel. And all the numbers work in this beautiful flowing tapestry of energy that weaves together your reality. So numbers never work in isolation. So you may have other numbers that play with the 8s in your chart and heighten the energies or subdue them in a different way. So with the 8s, it's all about coming into feeling of your emotions. And sometimes the 8s don't want to feel. And so they'll stay in the head and they'll stay analyzing and thinking and planning and, oh, I may feel this because of that reason, but they don't actually feel it. But they can analyze the feeling on a rational, logical level, but they will not come into the body. And the reason for this is that the 8s are a highly sensitive energy. It's a highly sensitive, deep soul energy. And so when the 8s incarnate on earth, it's a real shock to the system. And 8s can have a really tough time assimilating to the earth energies because they are here, and this is their challenge. They are here to ground and connect with the earth and create heaven on earth. But the first thing that they always need to do is connect with themselves first on an emotional plane, because we are emotional beings. And then they can connect with others in society and community, and then they can connect with the earth. So often the 8s may not want to feel stuff. So again, they'll stay in their head, but they may connect very well with animals or with children because they feel safer to them. It's animals have a very innocent energy, a very innocent nature, just like children. And the 8s feel very safe with them, but they may not feel safe with other people because they are deeply empathetic. And again, this is why 8s can sometimes shut it down, because they can feel too much. And often as children, they may play the role of the peacekeeper in the family. In a relationship, they may be the one walking on eggshells. They will be the one who tiptoes around other people because they have a very thin membrane that separates how they feel and how the world around them feels. So again, they can pick up on what is happening in the world, the subtle energy shifts, and they can feel it and think, oh my God, this is too much. I want to turn it off. I want to shut it off. And they'll do their best to do that. But in the role of the family or the relationship or the work grouping, they will often be the ones that try and find the solution. Because deep within them, The eights have this wonderful, nurturing, feminine energy of wanting to look after people. Now, the downside of this is that it can lean too far into, I want to save people, I want to fix them, I want to bring them with me on my emotional healing, on my spiritual journey. It's almost like we take too much responsibility for others because, again, this is a way for us to deflect from looking inwards to ourselves. So there's lots of really fun dynamics that play around with this eight energy, but ultimately they are here to learn boundaries, especially emotional ones, and especially with the people closest to them, because they have to tune out, well, that's their stuff, and this is my stuff. And often the lines can become really blurred and they'll feel everyone's stuff and not know if it's theirs, and it'll become too overwhelming because they're so sensitive. So they will try and numb it and shut it down and not feel anything. But the whole point of incarnating on this earth with the eight frequency in your soul contract is to connect with yourself and connect with the world around you so you can feel safe to be here. Because you can tell I have a lot to say about the eights because this is my life experience. The eights sometimes don't want to be here. I don't want to be here. I don't want to be having this human experience. I don't want to be living here. I don't want to have to deal with this emotional crap. I don't want to bother with it. I don't want to bother with people. I don't want to bother with society. And again, those feelings can feel really strong or less strong depending on you. Depending on where the energies are in your chart, what other energies you have. But ultimately, the eights can be very stubborn. Like, I just don't want to be doing this, and they may not want to commit. So, a good example of this is in my 20s. I moved jobs, I moved countries, I moved living places. I don't think I lived in the same place for more than a year for about 11, 12 years because I just didn't want to be tied down. I didn't want to be too connected, didn't want to be too trapped, because eights ultimately are very free spirits and they do not want to be trapped on the earth plane. Yet here they are, here we are, we chose to be here, but we forget. We go to sleep when we wake up down here. It's so ironic. And we forget the whole purpose of our existence. We forget the whole purpose, and we're here to remember and awaken, which is the path that so many of us, especially you watching this, are on. And the soul contract is that feeling of home, that piece of home of, oh my God, I remember now. I remember that this is my incarnation to connect with myself and connect with the world around me and the people with it on an emotional level. That is my learning. It's not a lesson. It's a learning in this lifetime. It's an embodiment. And ultimately, when you do that with the eight energy, you come into this beautiful energy of receiving and giving and sharing with the earth, with others. And so in order to encourage that, you need to spend time in nature, spend time with people, but the people that you feel safe with, so you can open up to them and connect with them. Spend time with animals because they are almost like our little guardian angels. And you put up boundaries with people, and you learn to say no. And you learn to say no with yourself, and you learn to say no with others. And what I often say with the boundaries, with the eights, you're here to put up healthier, stronger energetic boundaries with the world around you. So tune out the outside noise, tune out how other people are feeling and projecting onto you, because you're going to feel it. But you're here to also break down the boundaries within you so you can come into a deeper feeling and embodiment, because the whole point of being on earth with eights in your soul contract is to come into your body. And often, and I think a lot of us, because of trauma, because of the state of the world, our soul doesn't want to reside in our body. It will just hover on the outside. And in serious cases of trauma, this is especially true. But we're here to come into the body and feel safe, because our body is the vessel through which we co-create. Our body is the vessel through which we manifest things into reality. We And we're not used to it because we come from the, more etheric plane where we don't have bodies. We are disembodied, and then we come down to earth and we have this separation. We have this heaviness. We have this, oh my God, I've got to make it work and I've got to look after it. And the key learning for the eights is you're here to look after your vessel, look after your body, nurture it, nourish it. You don't need to punish it, you don't need to push it. And you're here to love it on the emotional level, the physical level, the energetic level, and the spiritual level. And this is what the eight energy is about. This is the joy of having the eight in your soul contract. And if you've got more than one, well, you're in for a treat. So I hope that helps. I put all the links below where you can find your chart, whether you'd like to just look at the numbers in there or get a report so you can see all the different energies and the interpretations all done for you. Or, of course, you can book a live reading if you want a little bit of live guidance as well. And I'll be posting soon, so stay tuned. And until next time, I wish you a very beautiful, grounded, embodied rest of your day.